It's your boy Young Rezzy, not because I was young, but because I was growing up in front of your eyes, man. Pleb life entities, man. I was talking to this beautiful female, fellas, and she said, Rezzy, I don't want to be fat anymore, man. I'm too fat. And I got a lot of friends, and I don't think they like me, so if they're not going to like me, I at least want to be the cutest one out of all of them. And now I'm not looking for weight loss advice, I'm just sad because I'm fat. And I told her, listen, man, without changing, nothing changes. So you're either going to have to change your friends or change your fucking weight and stop eating those Rice fucking Krispies, man. That's what I told her. And she said, Rezzy, thank you. I appreciate that. And you know what, guys? I've been making changes. A lot of different changes on Summoner's Rift. I used to stand, orthodox. I've been hitting them with that southpaw shit. I've been switching up the items, switching up the runes. And, on Summoner's Rift, things aren't bad. 300 LP, closing in on 300 LP, playing with some good players, improving, What I can control, guys, I've been controlling it, And in life, you can control the friends that you're around and you can control your weight. You can control those things, but there's certain factors that you can't control, I've been playing consistently. That's what I can control. In, 2 months of playing, I've been playing the most league that I can recall in a long time, man. And the quality of my games is not that good, but the quality of my play style, my gameplay, it's there. But there's certain things I can't control, fellas, and I gotta get them off my chest. Like, I got a lot of questions, man. Like, I got questions that I don't seem to have the answers for. If you go to my match history right now, I have 3 Yuumi junglers building Titanic Hydra. Now, why did nobody dodge? I don't know. It's an ego thing. I didn't have a dodge. I mean, I had a -10 and I should have used it, but why didn't that guy get banned? Now, you might ask me, Rezzy, did you report him? I definitely didn't report him, man. I definitely didn't, But why is he still playing? After 14 years, don't we have some fucking detection system? Aren't they working on something called Vanguard that could detect this bullshit? Why do I got to report him? Why do I got to do that? That doesn't make me feel good, because if I'm having a bad day, do I want to be reported? No, but I'm not going to pick Yuumi jungle with Titanic Hydra. Why did I lose 100 LP playing with the same guy, and he messages me after game like, I'm going to be following you on the ladder? He said, every time I get you on my team, we're going to be loose. That's what he told me. Now, to a degree, I could respect the persistence. I could respect the dedication. You know what I mean? But he'll never be punished, And he if I go to 300 LP, he's coming right up. If I go down, he's coming down. I think this guy got my fucking OPGG on his homepage. And when I start queuing, he starts queuing, But, you know what, man? If you could tell that these guys are intentionally feeding, there would be one thing. Like the Yuumi jungle, that's one thing. But the way these guys do it, they're advanced. It's like advanced AI, you know what I mean? He's not going to run it down or pick Yuumi jungle. He's going to pick some meta shit. He's going to make a couple plays, but he's going to make sure to make the play that loses the game. That's what he's going to do. And he's going to say that after the game. I love playing with you. I love mixing it up, making you think that I want to win when I really don't. That's 3 in the morning solo queue, man. That's solo queue in North America. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an illness. I don't know if it's a sickness. I don't know what it is, guys, but it's disappointing. It really is disappointing. I'm not sad, man. I'm just a little disappointed. You know what I mean? And I think that's a little bit of maturity. Before I'd be angry, but I'm not even angry anymore. I told the guy, I said, listen, man, you're not playing me. You're playing yourself. As long as I can sit here and grind league, like, you're not gonna catch up to me. And now he's going backwards. He's going to 70 LP. But that's just another situation. Another situation is, why am I 300 LP? And you're trying to be consistent. As a content creator, I'm trying to be consistent, put out more YouTube videos, stream weekly, but I'm not seeing consistent results, Like, I'll give you an example. 300 LP, you're at that stage where you should be getting good players in your games, you know what I mean? You've proven to the fucking system that I don't belong here, So historically, you start getting people in the 3, 4, 5, 600 range, at least 100 LP. You know what I mean? We're not like that. You're not Diamond 1 or 50 LP. I just posted a game, guys, with challengers in my game. Well, I'm at 300 LP and I got Hishinshin on my team, who's 20 LP, with fucking -2 KDA, going on 5 in 5 minutes. Why is that? Why? Because as a grown man, gentlemen, I could just go do something else, but I feel like I've gotten to the stage where I should have Hishinshin on my team. You know what I mean? And things just aren't making sense, man. A lot of autofill jungles. And will you ever be able to tell that your jungle is autofill? You think L9 fucking Larry's gonna tell you that he's autofill jungle? No, he's giggling inside when he gets autofill jungle, because that means for the next 30 minutes, we are at his fucking will. We're at his control. And I really thought things would be different, man. You know what I mean? Because I've been trying to be consistent for a couple months now or some form or fashion. I've never been as consistent as I am now. Trying to do weekly uploads, trying to do weekly streams. And, you know what I mean? I'm just, seeing inconsistent results. Like, some of the games that I play are not normal. They're not normal. And I'm starting to really wonder, is League of Legends like it used to be a classy chess. You know what I mean? It was a classy chess. You pulled up, you know what I mean, looking good with the polo hat that I wear every single day because I only got one, and and you felt like you were sipping on that tea, sipping on that espresso and fucking gaming. And it doesn't feel like that anymore. It feels like some sort of like casino, you know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like. It feels like you're playing a casino. Like, I'm going to hit some slots and hopefully I can win. You know what I mean? Play some blackjack. In the last 10 days, I'm either winning 3 in a row or losing 4 in a row. That's what it is. So it's like, yeah, there's a trend there, but you're like, oh, am I going to be able to break the trend? And I think the money's in the algorithm, guys. I think it's not as simple as like matching you up with people in your MMR and trying to put people on the roll. I don't think that's it. I think the algorithm's deeper than that. I think the algorithm's deeper than that. They got some TikTok shit going on, guys. Trust me. This is like some TikTok shit. Like, they know how to get you addicted because they're gonna use all these factors, you know what I mean, to make you question yourself. Am I bad at the game? Is it me? Do I gotta change my play style? I know my play style, man. And if my play style is working, it's working it. And typically it's super effective. You know what I mean? On some Pokemon shit. Super fucking effective. And it's not a classy chess, it's a grind fest. It's a brute force trolls and autofills until you could try to come out on top. That's what it feels like. And I don't know if that's for me, man. That's the reason why I don't want to stream today, because I don't want to turn on my stream and be in a bad mood, man, because of things that I can't control. You know what I mean? I had one day on stream where I was 7-0. The next day I can't win a fucking game. I'm like 2-17. You know what I mean? You lose all the progress that you've been working on. And it's weird, man, because I feel like the game itself is great, man. It's the greatest game of all time, and you hope it gets better, but I don't see it getting better. And it's not the game, it's the people that play it, man. You can't look at a game like basketball and have someone before the game starts like shit all over the basketball with explosive diarrhea, and then you're gonna wonder why, you know what I mean, when you go to take a shot, like you got shitty fingers. You know what I mean? That's just why you can't blame the game of basketball for that. You just blame the guy who took a shit on the fucking basketball. You know what I mean? And I haven't been doing many tweets, and that's like my main platform, but I've been consistent on, well, once a week. You know what, man? Like, for a guy like me, in 2 months, 100 hours of streaming, that's not bad. You know what I mean? I've been trying to put out YouTube videos weekly, and I'm watching on every platform my shit tank. You know what I mean? My YouTube, I'm going downhill. I'm losing subscribers. Twitch, even I'm not getting any followers. Shout out to Trick, because Trick's my brother, and he told me one time, he's like, man, I'm not gonna let you like drown. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna he's gonna give me that St. Jovi's Afghanistani boat, and he's hosted me a few times, and I love him, but I don't think Trick's viewers are gonna follow me. I don't think they're gonna watch me, man, because I used to think Trick's viewers were like cholo Mexican gangsters, but I think they're just they're like the white boys, you know what I mean? And shout out to the white boys, but it's like, pass me a brewski, bro, and I don't know if I'm their cup of tea, so I don't think that's gonna work out. And am I the best streamer in the world, guys? No, but I feel like I've done enough streams to at least keep what I had, which is like around 100, 110, 120, 130 viewers, up to 170 on my own, and am I the best streamer? As I said, no, but like, I feel like my streams aren't bad. They're high elo games. I'm trying to, engage the chat. I'm trying to talk to the fans. I'm trying to, and take breaks and talk about things that aren't related to League. And I don't think that the people that would watch me are in League of Legends. That's what I think. I think they're somewhere else. I think these League of Legends guys are just, they're something else, man. And it hasn't really been an encouraging place to be, because in 2 months you don't expect to see growth, but you don't expect to see a decline anyway. And you got to analyze the meta, man. That's what League of Legends is about. Every 2 weeks or every year, the game changes, and you got to figure out the game, you know. And life is just like that, man. Like shit happens, and you gotta try to adjust to what's going on, you know. You know, when COVID hit, you gotta adapt. It's a different world. It's a new lifestyle, right? When fucking Grubby spawned, you had to change your playstyle. When it made it so like you can't leave your lane level 5, you can't leave your lane before 6, and if you come back, you can be like down 3 levels on support. You know, you got to change up the playstyle, man. And I think times have changed, man, and I don't think I bring that much value to League of Legends. That's what I really think. I think these people are who they are, and it is what it is, dude. That's the quote that's been getting me through shit. It is what it is. You know, and when I analyze this meta, there's an aspect of analyzing the game, and there's an aspect of fucking analyzing what people like and how they think. You know what I mean? Because if you're a content creator, you know, you're a businessman. You're trying to give the people what they want, but at the same time, you're trying to sell a product that you could stand by. Because if you're just selling bullshit, you're a fucking, you know, there's no honor in that, you know? So when I analyze the meta, I'm trying to see what these people like, you know, and forget the guys who have been around for years. Forget those guys. Focus on the new guys. And there's specifically 2 guys that have had explosive growth over the last year, you know, and being in League of Legends, man, if I told you some of the biggest and best people have taken things from me, you'd think I'm a liar, but you'd be out of your mind. Of course, if I'm doing something that works, they're going to take a page out of my book. You know what I mean? If they're doing something that works, I might, to a degree, take a page out of their book. You know, this is how life works. If you're not learning from the people that you're around, then, you know, are you really living? Are you really learning, or are you just fucking watching? So, I've been watching some of these guys, man, just seeing what, you know, the new wave is about. And it's a fucking disaster. You know what I mean? It's objectively a disaster. One guy who's went from, you know, 20,000, I don't know, 15,000 followers. You know, he's not that high elo. He's all right. I'm not going to say his name. I watched his recent video, and I could only last 30 seconds. And his username is suckingdick112. And every other line is either like this fake autism, like he doesn't actually have autism, but he's like faking the autism. And every other line is, you know, I cut my mustache like this so I can suck dick better. And chat, press 1 if you like sucking dick. And that's what the stream is. And these people are loving it. This is the best shit in the world, man. And I'm just sitting there like scratching my head, like, what is this? Like, what is this? Is this a game, or is this like a social experiment? Like, what is that? Like, since when was that it? You know, and maybe it might sound like hater talk, it might sound like boomer talk, but 3 years ago, that was not it. It wasn't like, he's at second. And I wish these were like impressionable, like kids, because then it would make sense. It would be almost even worse. But I wish it was that. These are like grown men doing this and saying this shit. And these are grown men watching. Now, they're physically grown. They're not mentally grown. These are man children. These are people in like their early to mid 20s, 30s. They're like UWU with the cats and the UWU and sucking dick, and it's so funny. And it's like a giggle fest. Like, that's what they like. They don't. On my YouTube, I've been trying different things. I've been trying to do a talking video, a coaching video. Okay, maybe this is the year that they want coaching. They want to learn. Maybe this is the year where they want like talking, like you know what I mean, like this kind of shit. Maybe this is the year, and then I'll try like a regular YouTube video that people do. And I don't think that's what they want. I think what they want is fake autism and like weird gay confused shit, like color your hair purple and, you know what I mean, do that type of shit. It's literally like, no joke, guys, it's like a clown show. It's like a clown show. Like the people come up at the circus and you're just doing like weird shit, like acting gay when you're not gay, acting autistic when you're not autistic. And don't get me wrong, man, sometimes you gotta please the crowd, but that can't be the meta. Like, that can't be like the thing that works. That can't be like, this is it, this is what works, this is what the new wave wants. Like, you could throw it in there like a little bit, but it can't be like your main gameplay. You know what I mean? And okay, put that guy to the side. There's another guy. he's a good kid, man. He used to follow me when nobody knew who he was. He'd like my tweets. He'd comment on my tweets, all of them, like, yeah, let's go. Like, this is awesome, you know? And now this dude's like the biggest thing ever. He's the biggest thing ever. And now, I'm not trying to sound like a hater. This is a good kid. He's invited me to things, or Tarzan's invited me to things that he was on. And again, I'm trying to understand, like I'm trying to learn, like from the people who are successful right now, because in the end of the day, I can sit here and say, oh, I was on TCS in 6 months and I did this and I did this and I did a million videos that did this much numbers, and if you bring an event right now like 70,000 people, like if you bring them, just bring them, like for me, it's not about execution. Like, don't worry about the execution, just bring the people. Like, just that's the problem, bring the people, you know? And then like let's see. I can say that right now, but it doesn't really matter because there is no event coming up with 70, 100,000 people. Like, it's not that anymore, you know what I mean? It's just not that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. You have to look at the people who are successful right now. And like, I'm watching this guy's stream, and like, first of all, like, dude, like, I used to have the best Twitter content in the world. Until this day, I think my Twitter content is like second to none. I don't even think my Twitter content is just the best League of Legends content. I think my Twitter content is the best content in the world. Like, that's how strongly I feel about it. You could call me delusional. You can say what you want to say. That's how confident I am in that shit. But this dude is like the biggest thing on Twitter, and I'm reading these tweets, and it's like my uncle like pissed on my face, and it made me come. Like that. Dude, man, it's like a fever dream. It's like a bad dream sometimes. It really is. So I'm like, yo, this dude has to be trolling. Like, he can't be serious. So I go to this guy's Twitch and I watch 30 seconds of it. And like, his username is like something super edgy, like 666 throat slicer, like some weird shit like that. And what's crazy is like, this is a good kid. Like, is he acting like, yeah, I don't know. Like, and he's talking about like, this is when I knew this shit had to be a bad dream, and I was like living, and like, this couldn't be it. Like, the best game in the world has like become this. Like, he's talking about how like he sacrificed like 2 million babies for a win streak, and he's trying to convince the chat that he's serious. Now, okay, whatever, he's trolling. If he's trolling, it's still cringy as fuck. If he's serious, then like like how can I come back to that? How can I come back to that? Like, if I love this game so much, man, I would do anything for it. If there was a job that made sense, if there was opportunities that made sense, if it's not about the grind, it's not about putting in effort, it's not about putting in time, it's not about having the right intentions. I've dialed all those things in. I think these people are so lost in the sauce that they're not coming back. And that's why I quit 4 years ago. I quit 4 years ago because I could tell where this ship was going. But not only like did the ship like turn, I knew it was gonna turn. Like, I knew it, like I predicted it, and I told people like, yo, this is going to shit. Like, get out now. Like, my day ones, that's why they still respect me and they still watch my videos and they still come to my streams, because I told them the truth. You know what I mean? At my height, like at the glory fucking days, I told them get out. Like, that's what I told them, because I knew the ship was like turning. I could tell. But not only did it turn, like it like maximum speed, and I don't even know like if it's like above water. That's the point that I'm trying to make. I don't know if the ship is above water. Like, I don't know. I think these people, like this new TikTok brain, like this new casino dopamine brain, and like you gotta say some like weird like mental illness shit. Like, you gotta be like super edgy to fit in. It's just the weirdest shit, and it doesn't work in real life. And this is their life. And these people who sit there like 12 hours a day watching these streams, like, ha 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 ha, she say that dick sucking joke again. Like, they're all gonna be failures. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, but like, if you're one of them, you should probably stop. And if you're not one of them, you should probably pat yourself on the back and never involve yourself in that shit again, because that shit is terrible. It's just like the most like, I don't know what the word is, but it's like, if there's like evolution, this is like counter evolution. Like, you're playing the best game in the world, the classiest chess. Like, you're playing like you're part of history. You could be potentially part of the history books, you know what I mean, playing this game. And forget the game. Like, you got 1 million people plus in North America that play this shit. And like, just think about the potential in that. Just think about the potential of having that many people in a player base and the things that you could do with just people. Fuck League. And that's the direction that they choose to go. Now, you're going to ask yourself one of two things. Is it the content creator's fault, or is it just the people's fault? Honestly, guys, like, I think it's a little bit of both, because as a content creator, like, I understand that you gotta say some dumb shit and do some dumb shit for some views. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you gotta hold yourself accountable to what you're saying and what you're doing in the end of the day. And the other part of that is like, These fans, there's nobody trying to watch someone normal. Like if I put out a coaching video, who the fuck in North America wants to learn how to play League of Legends? If you learned, you learned already. If you didn't learn, you're gonna fucking suck for the next 20 seasons if it's around. You know what I mean? And I just don't know, man. I think like when I really think about this shit on some like Shen macro level shit, you know what I mean? These people talk about, oh look, I'm gonna all like this. Like I'm really trying to understand like what I'm a part of. Because I love this game and I've been playing this game since I was 19 years old or 18 years old. You know? It's too much time, it's too much effort, it's too much passion to just watch something degrade like this. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of disappointment, you know, and I chalk it up to two things. One is there's a cultural aspect. You know, people laugh at the Chinese, like they're like, oh, like the Chinese are like this or the Koreans are like this. They meme them for like having the bowl cuts, you know what I mean, and the circled glasses and the not talking and the no emotion. But I was just playing with a Chinese guy, and if you don't know, I renamed myself to Shenzong Shen. You know what I mean? I wanted to give him that fucking. I wanted them when they see my shot calls, like, damn, he's fucking Chinese. We gotta listen. I was playing with a jungler, and he was Chinese as fuck, and he kept flaming me. He kept going, Shenzong, you fucking suck for missing those taunts, you know. So I decided to smurf it. You know what I mean? I got on my shit. I ulted him. He was playing Master Yi. He was in there with the fucking sword, you know, Wuju style and all that. And I ulted him, and I started to sweat a little bit, and we ended up winning, and we made some smurf plays. So I turned to him and I said, I thought every time he said Shenzong that he was like memeing me, but I turned to him and I said, it's me, Shenzong, because he kept saying Shenzong every time I missed the taunt. And after the game, he adds me and he says all this Chinese shit. So I put in the translator, and he said, Wo di bai, wo di bai, wo di bai. And I put that shit in my translator, and it said, I'm sorry, little brother. I'm just tilted and really passionate. The bottom of the cup is always the sweetest. People are laughing at them, but they're bringing that shit to NA. I started to think the Chinese were the ops. They're not the fucking ops. We gotta model them. You know what I'm saying? So, one aspect of it is it's cultural, guys. When you look at North America, you know, we're not the best. We don't have the skills, so you look at the content. And when you look at the content, you're like, what is the content? And again, forget the guys who've been doing this shit for a decade, because they're legendary. They've been doing it for a while. They're not going to change their recipe up too much. Why? Because it works, and what's the point? You know, you got to look at the new guys, and you got to ask people, what do they want? Like, these people aren't even good consumers. Like, you're a consumer. And I've been telling these guys for years, man. Every Twitter video is, guys, get more involved. Guys, get in the game. Guys, you're not going to learn from just watching people. You got to try, and you got to fail, and you got to, like, learn, like, the way. Like, you got to learn the way, because once you learn the way, you're gonna succeed in life. Like, League of Legends is a launching pad, man. It's a launching pad for life. Like, once you figure this shit out, you know what I mean, you'll be good in anything, you know. Every stream I come on and I say, hey guys, who wants to come on stream? The floor is yours. There's 120 people here. Take the floor and talk about whatever you want. You're working on a song, you're working on art, you're working on this, you're passionate about nuclear physics, you're passionate about chemistry. Like, just take the floor and talk about whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, the floor is yours. And you think one person wants to come on stream? Nobody wants to come on stream, man. Nobody. People just want to consume, and they're not even good consumers, man. They don't even ask themselves, what am I even watching? They don't even do that anymore. They just consume it. They listen to it. It's like, I don't want to call it zombies, but it's just so fucking sad, man. That's one aspect to it. So we don't have an identity. That's my fucking point. I know I'm getting off track. That's my fucking point. Like our identity is not being good at the game and being competitive and being serious and being like super masculine and high testosterone. That's not our identity. And our identity, some good shit, man. Minimade Zero shit. Some good shit. And our identity is not good content. It's not. It's just not. Our identity is fake autism and like LGBTQ type shit. And shout out to LGBTQ and shout out to autism. But like, that's not an identity. That's not an identity that works, and that's like the direction that we're going. You know what I mean? Like if you're not a fake gay right now, and if you're not like super edgy and like saying really off the wall weird shit, like you're not in the meta right now. And I wish I was just like this salty, like low elo person, but I'm not. Like I'm I'm great at the game. Like like Shen support is scientific, guys. Like it's so scientific. It's some of the most scientific gameplay that you could potentially play, and it's just so far off. It's just so far off. And the second thing is, guys, and this kind of relates to the first thing, is like, people are easily brainwashed, man. Like, humans are programmable to a degree, you know? And there's studies about this. I'm not going to get too deep into it. This is some like deep shit, but like people are programmable to a degree. Like we're not machines per se because we have a conscience and we could choose and Garden of Eden and the apple and should I have ate the apple, but I did, but I didn't. You know, there's one aspect to it. But if you just know what you hear and know what you see, that's all you're going to know. How are you going to know all these other things and all these other like avenues of life if all you know is like a certain aspect of it? And some of these League of Legends guys, that's all they know. And they've been programmed for that. They haven't been programmed to ask for better shit. Imagine like a League of Legends community being like, man, that's some bullshit. Like that's not what we want. We want some like real shit. Like we want to like learn about this and learn about that, and we want like better content from the LCS. Like you notice the LCS has been changing their formula because it's so dead and so fucking boring and so embarrassing that like that's people's jobs. Like they have to change the formula. But like who's been I'm not gonna take credit for it, but like I've been one of the only people like flaming these guys for years, telling them like, what the fuck is that? Like you got fake ducks and this and that, and it's like bogus as fuck. Like it's embarrassing. Like come on, you know. But imagine if like the average consumer was thinking that way. Like man, this is some bullshit. Like we want some better shit. But no, they just gonna want what they want. And then that fucking dopamine meter of that regular, respectable, normal shit or that thinking shit, you know what I mean, is gonna get filled up, and they're gonna want more, and they're gonna want more, and they're gonna want more, and it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. So it's gotta get more fucking LGBTQ-ish. It's gotta get more fucking mentally like deranged, and that's gonna be the cool shit. You know what I mean? The next guy, if there is a next guy, he's just gonna be even more fucking edgier and more stupid and shit. Oh my god, he actually said that, man? Whoa, dude, he actually told this person he wants to suck their dick, dude? Whoa, that's crazy, bro. And it's just sad, man. It's just fucking sad. Because League of Legends is one of those games that needs you to think. And we're in a place where everything is just like this. Like, it does not make sense. Like, how are you in a game that needs thinking and you don't think? And someone, like, I'm not just saying me. There's lots of cool people here, man. There's lots of people that can actually help you with stuff. Like, that's why I haven't really changed my formula, because I know too many people that I respect, that I owe it to them to keep going in a direction that makes sense. Now, I'm not saying I'm the fucking bad. I've said some of the, like, edgiest things. I've been mean. I've roasted people. Absolutely. And I'm still going to do that shit. But in my opinion and in my experience, I don't know gamers for that. Like the gamers that I know, that I grew up around, they're not people that like are super edgy or fake autistic or this or that. They're proper people who like to banter, who like to talk shit, who like to compete. Like that's what I know. I don't know gaming for that. And I still love a game that everything doesn't make sense. And you know what, guys? I know I complained for 30 minutes. And with that being said, I'm probably not going to stream, because what's the point? You gotta, as a man. And listen, guys, listen. I got 60 subs right now. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to Ultra Blue. Shout out to Blue One. Shout out to fucking Drews. I got a lot of subs. For a guy who streams once a week, 7 hours, 60, 65 subs, this is great. It's great that ad money's good. But you gotta look at yourself as a man. And you gotta say, is what I'm doing having a positive influence for the game that I love, for the people that are around me? And the answer is, guys, no, I don't think so. Because the people that like me, I like them, and they don't need me anymore. They're on their way. They're doing great. You know what I mean? I was coming back to League because I look at the general population and I'm like, man, like, what are you people? Like, are you people that want to learn the game? No. Are you people that are kind of like lost and need direction? They're lost, but they don't want direction. They want Taco Bell and fucking fake autism. That's what they want. And I just think they're like, you know what I mean? The ship, I don't want to say it's underwater, but there's a big fucking hole in it. And I'm not the guy to patch up that hole. I would have been willing to try. I'd give you a fucking hand if it means making League of Legends great, because that's how important this game is to me, and that's how much I love it. You know what I mean? I would have done anything for this game. You know, if they told me to fucking travel and go do this and go do that for half the money that I'm making now, I'd do it if it made sense. And if it was going to help propel the game and make the people that play it, like they're good people, better. But they don't want that. You know what I mean? They don't want that. And you're not going to fucking change sheep mind. You're not. It's a fucking hive mind. It's look at any streamer. Press 1 if, insert statement, everyone presses 1. It's fucking hive mind. It's sad, man. It's sad. Because you know what, man? I wish the shit that I was saying, I just started to say it because I just turned 29. I've been saying the same shit since I was fucking 22, 23 years old. Man, listen, man, in the end of the day, fellas, if you got to this point in the video, if you're in your early 20s, if you're in your late teens, you're not young anymore. You're an adult. And if you don't grind in the next few years, you know what I mean? Forget it. Forget it. You're not scaling for late. You're not even scaling for mid-game. You know what I mean? So, in the end of the day, man, I love this game. There's nothing that's going to change my love and my passion for this game. I will be doing more YouTube videos if something makes sense. I will be playing, you know what I mean? I am still going to try to get Challenger. I'm still going to do Twitter videos. But it can't go the way it's going with playing League every other day, grinding, trying to do more of this, more of that, more of this, more of that. Because in the end of the day, guys, and I know I said in the end of the day, in the end of the day, in the end of the day, in the end of the day. But in the end of the day, guys, I said I'd be willing to give a hand if it meant League of Legends would be great. You know what I mean? But if I give a hand, and there's no trade, you know what I'm saying, League of Legends is not great, then we're not even at square one. You know what I mean? We're backwards. Because I lost a hand, and League of Legends still sucks dick. So, I'm not going to sacrifice my hand for no progress. You know what I mean? And someone asked me last week, he said, is the progress too slow in League? My friend, I don't see any progress anywhere. I see something worse than it was 4 years ago. You know, and I have such great relationships in League of Legends, dude. Such great people I've met, such great friends, people from day one that, you know, we had a good run and we learned from each other, that I'm not going to hang around here long enough that I end up being like one of these guys and just sitting there angry and bitter and playing solo queue and crying. I'm good, man. I'm good. That's not me. That's not me. So, you got to look at yourself as a man and be like, what is my dignity worth? You know, someone said last week, he said, would you let, I think it was, his name was Chungus or something. He came to my chat and he said, would you let someone shit in your mouth for $1 million? And shout out to that guy, because it was a fucking nice little debate in my chat. Half people said yes, because I'll forget in 6 months, and half people said no, not even for $5 million. And the people who said yes said, dude, we're programmed to forget. Who cares? In a few years, you're going to forget about that shit that was in your mouth. You know what I mean? And you're going to put that $1 million in SMP, and you're going to be set for life, and your whole family tree is going to be set for life. And there's another half, and I'm part of that other half, unfortunately, that's like, dude, I'm not going to forget. I'm going to know what that shit tasted like. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, it's going to taste even worse, guys. You know what I mean? And in the end of the day, something you have to think about is, I don't forget. And I don't forget what League of Legends used to be. And I don't forget the direction I saw it going. And I'm afraid to say that after 14 years, guys, it is what it is. And nothing is going to change it. Not fucking Rezi, not Trick2G, not Tyler1. Not one person can change this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is some different shit. And sometimes you got to play. And sometimes you gotta watch. You know what I mean? And sometimes you find that fine line, that Shen and the Shen type shit, and you just do a little bit of both. But you're a fool if you think you're gonna change this shit or make this shit better. Cause it is what it is. It's 33 minutes of bitching. But I bet that shit sounded good. See you guys on the next video. Club Life Entities.